Hi, Tony here, and welcome to what is part 14 of the Motone Customs T100 build and the final episode. If you've been following along with this build, then you may have thought that I'd forgotten about it because it's been quite some time since the last video upload. But that's really because I've been waiting for a specific part to come, and this is what we've been waiting for. This is the prototype of the new exhaust for the Air-Cooled Bonnevilles models. It's a beautiful looking thing, very similar to the Saturn exhaust. It's got that same end cap, which is changeable. So in part of this video, obviously these will be going on. They come with the gaskets already in, so a very simple fit. It's just slide it on, bolt it up and bolt it to the hanger, but I'll go through that process anyway. It's a really easy thing to do, and there's a couple of other bits that I'm going to put on the bike as well. First of those are these beautiful headlight arms. I really like these, really nicely shaped, as ever with Motone, beautifully manufactured, and these are a little bit shorter than the stock one, so this should bring the headlight in a little bit closer to the headstock and just neaten up the appearance. I did show how to fit these in episode 8, so I'll show them fitted. I don't know if I'll go through the rigmarole of showing you how to take the top clamp off and everything else. And the finishing touch is this gorgeous Mamba seat. It's a much slimmer profile than the seat that's on there already, and it sits on the top of the frame rail, so you get the exposed frame rail look on the side here. It's a beautiful looking seat and it's so nicely finished. I can't say enough how good quality the Motone stuff is. Really nice plastic base. Everything is put together really well. You've got the rubber bungs that sit on the rails, and you've got the metal tabs as well to lock it into place. So that will be the last thing to go on. Once I've got this on and the headlight arms, and more importantly the exhaust, I'll roll it outside, we'll start it up, and you'll get to see what it looks like, but more importantly hear what those new exhausts sound like. So let's get cracking. Okay, so this is really easy. Now, because this was a prototype, I didn't have the fixing kit that came with it, just a couple of bolts. And when you have projects like this, I can't remember what I did with the bits that went on the front here. So for the time being, I picked up a couple of washers to go on there and washers for the back and bolts. But it's just simply a case of sliding this on. It is a bit of an awkward shape, so it's easier to slide it on, get that on so that you don't catch the end of the gasket in there, break that up. And then you can slowly rotate that around and then do everything up. So I'll get on with that now. Okay, so this one's on, everything's tightened up nice and snug. I'll do the same on the other side. We'll then get the headlight arms on and the seat. I'll wheel it outside, we can start it up. So onto the headlight arms now, and as I say, I already covered this off in episode 8, so I'll put a link up in the top corner of the screen if you want to go and watch that in full detail. But essentially it's a case of undoing the top nut and the small clamps on the side of the top yoke. You can then lift all of this off in one piece, slide each individual arm off once you've undone the headlight, and then reverse that to put it all back together. So a really simple job. I'm just going to make sure I protect this lovely paint job by putting something over the tank, and then we can crack on. So I'm just going to take a quick measurement to make sure that these are even on both sides. That looks pretty good to me. I'll get the headlight leveled up, tightened off, clamps on, and then it's time for the seat. I like the position of these pinch bolts as well. Previously they were on the inside, which was really neat, and because the light sits further in, having them on the side here, again they're really out of the way and quite discreet, but it makes it much easier to get to them to tighten them up. And there we go. I think that looks pretty neat. Pushed in a little bit further, and a really nice looking arm. Nice one, Motone. Right, after a bit of jiggery pokery, I've got the seat on. It's always a little bit tight the first time you use it, and I've not had some of the cables in the right place. There's a little tiny bit less clearance under this, but this is all on now. Get these two in. The one thing I had forgotten is that the battery is flat, so I'm going to give this a charge, and then you'll get to hear what the exhaust sound like. Okay, so after a big layoff, this brings us to the end of the build project. I'm really pleased with the way that the bike has turned out. I think everything has come together pretty much as I would want it. I'd just like to thank Simon at the Paint Box for the fantastic paint job on the tank, and also to Neil Melliard for the hand pinstriping of the Triumph lettering. I think that looks ace. With the thinner seat, I think it really works, and the finishing glory of those Motone exhausts, which not only look great, nice and small and compact, but they sound bloody lovely as well. Now, of course, I would have liked to have ended this video with some footage of the bike on the road, but sadly at the moment it is still sawned, so it's therefore not taxed, MOT'd or insured. I'll see if there's some way that we can get this sorted out. Obviously I don't own the bike, so I can't physically insure it myself, and at the moment I've got nowhere to ride it where I can't get on the road, and obviously I can't do that with all of those bits missing. So I'll keep you posted. Hopefully if we can find a way of getting this sorted out, then it would be nice to throw another video up with some footage of it on the move, and you can get to hear those exhausts under load. And finally, I just want to thank Sam at Motone for lending me the bike as a mule, obviously providing all the parts to go on it. I've really enjoyed doing the build, and I can see from some of the comments on the videos that it's been helpful for some of you guys out there. Obviously, it's a little bit of an advert for Motone. It gives me the option to show you the parts that they make for the old Air-Cooled T100s and how to fit them, but obviously it was very nice of Sam to be able to set this up for me. It's a bit sad that we've come to the end of this, but as I say, if I can get some video footage and audio of it running, that would be great. If you've got any questions about anything in this or anything else on the build series, then drop them in the comment section down below. And all that leaves me to say is until next time, and hopefully the next project. Thanks for watching, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.